So this is Andrew Tate about Jordan Peterson being apparently a drug addict. I don't know what this one is, so I'm just going to play it and comment if I see fit.
I don't believe that God will ever put you in a position where you get to tell the entire world how masculinity and how a rigid mental model and how an iron mind works without ever being tested. Let's analyze this. How do you end up in a position where you get to go through life saying, this is mental fortitude, this is how you should think, this is how you be resilient, and nothing ever happened to you? And you just get to go around talking about resilience, driving around in Ferraris and having a nice, easy life. It just doesn't seem something that would happen. So, of course, you have to go through bad things to understand that mentality, but bad things are always going to happen to people who have that mentality, I'd like to think, because God is going to test and make sure you're genuine about it, which is why Jordan Peterson's fallen off.
Why?
Well, because he was the man at one point. He was really looked up to and respected. And then he got into some difficulties and became a drug addict. It's very hard to tell people how to think. And I'm not trying to insult the guy at all. People think me and him have beef. I don't have beef with Jordan. We disagree on many key things. But it's very difficult to talk about mental fortitude and teach people how to think, which is primarily his job, I guess, as a psychologist, psychotherapist. I don't know what he is. All the same garbage to me. But to sit and tell people how to think and how they should look at the world and what mental model they should adopt and then become a drug addict because you get stressed about your wife having cancer, she didn't even die. It's just hypocritical. And then your brand collapses. So he put himself in a position as a master of mental models, and God said, okay, let's test you.
Yeah, so all the God stuff, I just don't know. I'm a fairly hardcore atheist, so God does this and God does that. I just dismiss all that. If you think there's a God, please provide evidence, then I'll be listening. So far, I'll give this to Tate because he's right. I mean, love him or hate him, I'm sure Tate has been through lots of real world experience, whereas Jordan Peterson, who seems to cry a lot recently, is basically an intellectual, and he's been in the college environment. I think he started out as a well-meaning, honest, decent guy, and saw some things happening that he just completely couldn't accept, decided to push back, got a load of media attention and fame accordingly, and then appears to have completely folded on all his own principles, because now there are certain subjects he won't discuss. And anybody who follows Jordan Peterson knows exactly what I'm talking about. So Jordan, give 'em hell, Peterson. This is a reference to a post that he made on X. Yeah, I think his main psychological issue he's probably been psychologically crushed by the level of hypocrisy he's been displaying recently, after telling everybody how they should behave and all this morality, and then just completely going back on everything he claimed to believe in when it comes to one specific country and one specific issue. But I mean, it's typical of intellectuals. They don't know how to do anything in reality. Not all of them like that, but most are. So yeah, give this one to Andrew so far. I'm going to play a bit more.
And he failed. And then I was in a position of master of mental models, and God tested me and I passed. So I don't lie to God, because I promise God that the things I say, I mean. And I really don't think I've even been through anything that difficult. I think the things that have happened, yeah, I went to jail. Yeah, I was locked in my house for 3 years. Yeah, they took all my money. Yeah, they stopped seeing my mom when she had a heart attack. Yeah, I didn't see my kids for years. Yeah, they've tried to destroy my reputation. Yes, they insult me in the new media, blah, 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 blah. But I'm of the frame of mind where I don't feel self-pity at all. That's not how I operate. So I don't even think it was that hard, truthfully. It could be worse.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at this guy and give him respect for this and think, yeah, fair enough, that's all reasonable. But I don't find Andrew Tate this kind of innocent party. I've seen all the same videos that everybody else has seen, where he's been showing off about how he's scammed various people, and I don't know why you would fake that, So I think he sailed very close to the wind with his online pimping operations, and that's what, for one reason or other, made him kind of famous. And now he's trying to milk that and pretend that he's something different from what he clearly is, because you can see in the earlier videos of Andrew when he's showing off about how he scams people. How do you explain that when he's actually literally describing how he scams people? What is that? Why would that exist? So yeah, I'm not buying this chap either. But this is one of the videos where he's actually making a reasonable amount of sense. So I'll carry on listening.
Could have cancer.
Could lose one of your children.
Could get in a car crash.
Yeah.
It could be so much worse. So people come up to me and they go, "Man, what they did to you is it's a shame. It's so sad." I'm like, "Well, yeah, a bit, but I'm unfazed." I mean, maybe that's why they hate me so much. But I promised God I am the man I said I was. So I got a chance to prove I am the man I said I was. And heaven forbid something worse happens to me. I hope it doesn't. But if it does, or when it does.
You see, the problem is I see why people get attracted by this guy, because he's, you really wish that some of the so-called serious politicians or mainstream influencers would say this kind of stuff and believe it, and then have decent reputation, do this on the top of decent reputations and track records for actually doing some good stuff. You wish those people would speak like this and make these messages. But this guy is just he's like an outcome. He's like Donald Trump in a way that, people voted for Trump out of desperation because like nothing happened every other time they voted for everybody else. So Tate is like this outcome. Like, you wish someone well-spoken, sophisticated, classy would have these opinions about how to actually be a real man. But they don't. You just got this guy. It's like you got this guy and Peterson and other people that are far from perfect, having huge amounts of influence. And anyway, that's what this channel is about. So we're gonna try and help you young guys understand this stuff better, because the Peterson and Tate, they are useful to some degree, but you should not be basing your life's plans on what either of these guys are saying. There's a lot more interesting information out there, and I'll show you how to analyze it and make good judgments, basically.
Then I'll be exactly the same.
Silver has crashed. It's back to its price in 1974, and I'm going to buy more. And if you'd like to learn how to invest and build multiple streams of recurring income, I recommend you join Money.School. Money.School is my global financial education platform to help as many people on this planet get better financial knowledge. For less than 4 Starbucks coffees a month, there are hundreds of hours of courses, resources, and masterclasses going back a decade to teach you how to make, manage.
Seems like we need to be making videos about this guy too. I wondered who he was. He's got, let's say, a certain type of English accent, which tells me something about him. And he seems to be a bit sycophantic towards Tate. And you guys in the production department, send me some videos of this guy about what he's promoting here, and I'll do those as well.
And multiply money and gain financial freedom. So join thousands of others.
So since this guy's changed the subject for me, all this stuff where they say gain financial freedom and, multiple streams of income, right? Until we have, let me make this clear for everyone, until we have actual robots that actually can do everything, if you're getting money without working, someone else somewhere on the planet is doing the work. Got it? Simple.
Other money and freedom seekers on the link money.school, and start today your journey to financial freedom and more money.
Cool. Well, there you go. That's that guy. So anyway, I think Tate won that one, but like I said, neither of those guys should be taken too seriously. And you need to look at, you'll learn, you know what? You learn more by analyzing what they're telling you and what's correct and what's bullshit. That's the real education you can get from guys like Tate and Peterson and others, and that's what I'm going to help you do. And also, I encourage people to make criticism of anything I claim in the comments, because I'll gladly back this up with evidence. Okay, I'm not making this stuff up. I generally just want to help young guys and not get had by these kind of comedians. And anything I'm claiming, I can back up with my logic and reasoning and sources and stuff in the comments. So yeah, there you go. Cheers. Bye for now.
And start today your journey to financial freedom and more money.
Yeah, okay.